Welcome to wheelchair tennis practice. It's on these courts that young people are given a new lease on life. You see, each session comes with great excitement for Samkelo, Mpilo, and Makwena. It's an opportunity to break barriers around disability.
5 years ago, we decided that because so the kids that are on the wheelchair are not doing any sport at school. So it becomes a bit of a problem because when the other kids are playing around and moving around, they feel, neglected. So I started, the wheelchair tennis just to make sure that they also feel a bit comfortable and they've got something that they're looking forward to and they can prosper in something.
Samkelo Molopo was born without a second leg. When necessary, he uses a prosthetic one. Like many amputees or people without the strong use of their legs, Samu says life was initially a struggle.
Bekunzima kakhulu because abanye abangani bami bayakhona ukugijima, bayakhona ukudlala. Kuphela inyawo bengilidinga ngoba bekumele ngikhona ukuhamba, ngikhona ukufana nawo wonke umuntu. Bengicabanga ukuthi angibelong kulo mhlaba lo.
Initially, I was able to walk, and then someday I had complications with my back, and then I ended up in the wheelchair. Sometimes you may feel insecure, like now you can't do anything because now you're on a wheelchair. You're not free like when you are able to walk. You can't do things as easily as you could before.
The equipment for this sport is unique and rather expensive. At the moment, sponsorships have been a blessing, but more funding from Good Samaritans is needed. You see, the wheelchairs alone often have to be custom made to suit the player's specific needs.
It's a bit faster, it gives you more mobility. You can see it's got even 3 wheels, so they can move around because in wheelchair tennis you move around in 8. The first wheelchair is about 10,000. That's a basic wheelchair that we got from Tennis Africa. And then the next wheelchairs, which Mpilo and Sama are using, they're about 35,000, so we got funding for that. So the next wheelchair now that we're looking forward for Samu, because he's paying high performance, we'll be about 80,000 now.
The discovery of wheelchair tennis was a game changer for all three players. There are many twists and turns, the quick use of hands, and of course, hitting the ball while doing so requires much physical and mental application. Even fully abled people will agree that tennis isn't for the faint-hearted. So when Coach Patizwe introduced these guys to the sport, it became evident that the benefits would become endless.
They become fit through the tennis. We also do a lot of movement, with using the chair. So they are quite fit. If you look at the mental side of things as well, it covers a lot of their also sort of like a psychological part as well. They become confident.
Now that I'm wheelchair bound, it's a way for me to be active since I can't do much physically with my feet. So it's a way for me to be physically active. I feel better about myself. I don't look down on myself as much as I did before. Circumstances have changed. I don't think negatively the whole time.
I've discovered that it's one of my hobbies because before I play tennis, I usually get bored and sit at home, like being indoors. And I think it's the best sport that I can play because I'm already used to it. And it's the best one.
Sadly, the sport is not well recognized in South Africa, but the organization strives to promote it on bigger platforms. Samkelo was fortunate to have played in a tournament recently.
Spring Open, ngidlalile nama top tennis players. I tried nakhona beku right. I tried. Ngifundile okuningi nakhona ukuthi they can live without. Bangaphila ngako konke ne-wheelchair tennis bayaphila nangayo. Lucas Tole is my favorite because wathola accident, walosta inyawo zakhe nesandla sakhe siyi-1 and azange give up, wadlala tennis until waze waba phezulu.
We're trying to arrange our own tournaments. We do, interprovincial. I arrange the interprovincial tournaments. We give them the exposure through newspapers, and we big on our social media pages as well. It is a bit of a struggle because parents do hide these kids because they tend to be bullied.
And the aim is to reach the stars. Already these sport enthusiasts look forward to playing on international platforms.
Someday I believe that I will become a champion and play outside the country.
Angimdala ngifuna ukudlala i-professional tennis. Ngifuna ukuya Australia.
Mission accomplished, young lives changed, and stereotypes about differently abled people have been broken. We wish these players greatness as they embark on their dreams through wheelchair tennis. Didintle Mookeletsi, SABC News, Middelburg.